Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we'll be making a festive gingerbread shaker card. This fun and interactive card is perfect for the holiday season and sure to bring a smile to anyone's face. Join me as I walk you through the steps to create this sweet and sparkling design. Let's get started. So I have quite a bit of supplies here. As you can see, I have the mason jar as well as the die cuts here. And I have some shaker elements, just some little bits and pieces to match the design. The base of the card will be 100-pound cardstock. Then the mat on top of the base will be 65-pound with a pretty intricate or beautiful design here. And I kind of match these shaker bits with this design. I thought it was a nice match. And as you can see, I keep all my shaker bits organized here just so that they're readily and available, like easy access, and just trying to keep everything organized. I also have some twill here, or the baker's yarn, and I have some twine. I'm not sure, but I do want to wrap something around the mason jar, right around here, I guess. So that is my thought. So we have the base, the mat, the little bits, the dies, the metal die, the mason jar, because it's a shaker card. And we're going to use either the twine or the baker's yarn. Then, as you can see, we are going to use the Gemini by Crafter's Companion. I'm not for certain if it'll come out on the first try, only because I haven't used it in a while. However, I thought it would be befitting to create a gingerbread card for this beautiful Christmas season. So let's go ahead and make the sandwich required by Crafter's Companion. Let's go ahead and make that sandwich. So we're instructed, and I'm getting my instructions here now, and you probably can see them off to the side, but Crafter's Companion is asking me to use the clear cutting plate, and then after the clear cutting plate, the material to be cut. So here's the material to be cut. Then they want the die blade. So I'm going to put the die blade on this way, and the little ink marks or the pencil marks are just marks that I made to make sure that I'm putting it up high enough. I kind of shadowed it in, not, not permanent, but a pencil marker. And then to hold, let me make sure I stay in frame today as much as I can. So I'm going to move the shaker bits off to the side since I just wanted you to see all of the shaker bits that I do have. So we're going to secure that box and push it off to the side. To keep my die, my metal die in place, we're going to use some washi tape. And here I have a little zebra washi tape. And the washi tape has a very light hold so that it won't mess up the 65-pound cardstock. So we have that in place. So Crafter's Companion is also requiring me, after I have the clear plate, I have the material to be cut, then the die blade side down, the magnetic shim, and here we have the magnetic shim, then the plastic shim, and we're making a sandwich here per the Crafter's Companion requirements for cutting thin metal dies. So we have the magnetic shim, the plastic shim, and then we're going to top it off with the other clear mat. The other, let me say it right, clear plate. So the clear plate on the bottom and the top allows you to make that sandwich, and then everything in between. And then we will place the material inside the cutting machine to be cut. And then we want to just make sure that we put it in evenly. And we'll go ahead and push. And then you hear that? It's going to feed it on through. And it's going through, going through. And it feeds out on the opposite side. You may not be able to see it. Okay, and it just released it. So let's see if it cut. Wow. So I can see that it did in fact cut. Look at that. Wow. Go ahead, Crafter's Companion. I love it. So it probably didn't cut all of my washi tape, which is fine. The 65-pound cardstock is really light. It's thin. And then the washi tape is also thin. So we want to, I should say, the washi tape, it doesn't hold on to your cardstock and rip it. It's very light adhesive on the white washi tape. So this looks good. I love it on the first try, and I haven't used this in a while. Thank you, Crafter's Companion. So we have our mat cut that will be going on our card. So I will go ahead and put all the plates off to the side. And we can see if our, oh wow, look, the mason jar fits in perfectly. Oh, that is so, that is awesome. Okay, I'm excited already. This came out very nice. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and pull over the 100-pound cardstock base. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to visualize how it's going to look. So I want to put some gingerbread men inside. And I cut those as well with my other cutter. So we're going to go ahead and just do and pull off what we need as far as the little gingerbread men. So we have some that already have the little eyes and the little the little buttons for the belly or the shirt. And then what, eyes, nose, mouth. So we're going to go ahead and try and pull some of these off of the sticky mat. So let's go ahead and find my spatula of some sort. So just to scoop them up so we won't mess them up. So I made some really tiny ones here, as you can see. And these are really tiny. So let's pull off a few of those. So we have some here. And then I also have the ones that has the more intricate look of them. So we could have like 2 of the big ones and maybe 3 like a family. So we could do that as well. So we'll save the rest of this for later. So I'll put that off to the side. I'm going to keep my metal dies together as well. Put them off to the side. And just take a peek if there were, I'm going to say about, and I want to get a little bit of my little bits here. And then open up the little container. And pour in a little bit of the bits and bobs. Just kind of get like a fingertip full. And add just a little more so that the shaker card, okay, so that the shaker card can shake and you can see all the elements that are shaking in there. And these little shakers are little hearts and X's and O's and all the love you can and baking that gingerbread. So we're going to put those bits and bobs off to the side. Then now it's time to release. Time to release the mason jar. And we'll take the little adhesive strip off so that the adhesive will be exposed. So we'll take that off. Let me see here. And we'll just pull back so that now it's sticky. It's great placement. But since it's the holiday and it's Christmas, I think I'm going to have to go behind the camera a little. And I feel like, what is a card without a little shimmer? I'm going to try and pull this up and push a little under the mason jar, if it'll allow me to. Okay, I'm under there. Okay. And I see one little heart trying to stick on there. Put the top back on because you don't want all of that glitter. It's not glitter. It's close to it. It's close enough. So we're going to, so something got out of line. Okay, so let's turn this mason jar just a smidgy. So if we get the mason jar back in place, then I'm able to push it down and it'll hold. Okay, so now I'm going around the mason jar and let it adhere all the way down. Go at the top, all the way around, just so it won't come apart. And I'll take my tape runner and run the tape across the card so that once it's down, because this is the permanent adhesive tape runner. So we'll go ahead and put some tape on here. And just make sure you get all the corners so that it won't pop back up. And go in as close as you can to the mason jar. So let me see. Getting really close. Just don't want it to come apart. So we're going to put that tape runner off to the side. And I see a little bit of the glitter pulling through. So I'll try to get the mat on as straight as possible. And go ahead and press down on the card. And make sure that it is pressed down as much as possible. And as you shake, you can see the little gingerbread men. Aww. How cute. Adorable. So at this time, what we're going to do, we're going to try and make a bow and then add a sentiment to the card, and then we'll be done. Because the baker's twine is looking, the twine is looking a little thick. And then we have this baker's twine where it's probably going to be a little thinner. So let's go with the baker's twine so it won't overpower the gingerbread shaker. And we want this gingerbread shaker to be the focus and not the twine be so overpowering. So what we're going to do, I have the little piece of baker's twine here, and I'm just going to try and make a bow and then cut off the tails of the bow after I glue it down. So let's see if I can go ahead and make a bow. And that bow will be right on, right on the circumference or of the jar. So I'll go ahead and make the two little tails. We have one, then we'll do two. Bring that in. Okay. Let's see what we have here. So it's coming together with the baker's twine and the bow. So we have the baker's twine here and the bow here. That looks pretty good. Can you see it now that my fingers are all out of the way? So here's the bow that we have. We're going to go ahead and move all the extra stuff out of the way. So we are heating up the glue gun. So it looks like the glue gun is So we'll go ahead and put a little dab of glue. I'm going to, let me see. So it looks like it'll go here. Let's push the bow to the side. How does that look? And we'll just take and put like a drop of glue here, some in the middle, and then another blob on the side. And I'll take the pieces of the baker's twine and push it in the glob of glue. And I'm pushing it down with my weeder tool so that I'm not using my fingers as much. And tuck this in as much as we can. It looks like it dried already, but it's sticky still. A little tacky. So we'll push it in just so it looks like it's wrapped all the way around. So we have, okay. Now we have the bow onto the card. So that looks pretty, that looks nice. And we just need to add the sentiment, and then that will conclude this card. So we're going to go ahead and I think that when we add this sentiment, I love to say hello on this card. It's always befitting hello and thank you. Because hello is just when you're checking on someone, a loved one that you haven't heard from in a while. And you could say Merry Christmas in the inside, or have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, enjoy your holidays. And the inside will be blank, and you can add your personalized sentiment in the inside. So what I'm doing now is weeding hello, and then we'll be placing that on the front of the card. So we'll go ahead and pull hello up and place it on the card. So we'll go right here at the base of the card, the base of the mason jar. And we will say hello. And pull this off the transfer tape. And what do you think? What I'm thinking is that it is not popping enough. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I should use the transfer tape to adhere it to the teal piece. And it looks like we have that all weeded. And now for the transfer tape. And pull up the word hello. I'm using my bone folder now. Pull up the word hello onto the transfer tape. Maybe there's something extra on here. And now I can place hello right under here on this little tag that I just created. So I'll push it down just a little bit so that it can adhere properly. And begin to slide the transfer tape off to make sure that the word hello sticks to the little tag that I made for the card. Aww, I like it. I like it a lot. What do you think? I like it. So now what we have completed today is a gingerbread shaker card with the little flare of the bow onto the mason jar and hello. So we have completed a 5x7 handmade card. The mat is a 4.5 by 6.5 matting. And we use our Gemini by Crafter's Companion to cut out the hole for the mason jar. And then the mason pop-up for the shaker card. So this is what we have. And I thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by my channel. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend. But most of all, to God be the glory for allowing me to share my story. Have a good evening.